There's a lot of perps in my mix. Probably around 10 interviews that should have taken place haven't taken place. I don't have a single interview for the next 3 interviews at this point because these perps don't want to be on record saying psychiatry is a fraud. And you know, I even had one person turn around and say that, well, you know, make a long story short, that someone in their family is being drugged. And I'm not going to get into this, who this person is, because I agree with them about a lot of things. I was shocked when they said that. After they agree with me in the past about psychiatric pills, they said, well, they drugged someone in their family, to make a long story short. Absolute perp. Anyway, so why these people are calling black men, you know, mad for being strong and bold, and, you know, people of all races, you know, there are some black people who are joining them in that call, calling for more mental health. They want quote-unquote treatment instead of punishment. But I want to treat the cause. Let's focus on the cause. Period. Let's focus all of our efforts on the causes of the problem. The root cause, the underlying cause. Let's not focus on the symptoms of the problem. Let's focus on reformation in prison. Reforming the prisons, and first of all, focus on the cause. And then the next focus, the secondary goals, focus on prison. Okay? Focus on the justice system. But this treatment, this mental health is an abomination. You know, mental health is worse for the people than Planned Parenthood. And I've thought about this very carefully. Both of them do some services for the people that aren't too harmful. And both of them also kill a whole lot of people. Extremely harmful. And there's a lot of people who are, you know, quote unquote trained, you know, professionals, you know, in mental health who don't like me saying this. If you think about all the people who are against that, all the people that sold out to mental health, all the staff that work for mental health, all the services that mental health reaches out to, you know, laboratories. There's lab technicians don't want to hear me say this. There's laboratories that don't want to hear me say this. There's hospitals, there's nurses, there's janitors, there's, you know, security guards, there's, you know, those workers who restrain people. I guess you would call them nurses, but they just really just psych ward staff. There's psychiatrists, there's psychologists, there's therapists. There are ordained ministers who are paid to preach why you should take drugs in the psych ward, and, you know, why it's okay with God, and so on and so forth. There are police officers, the California Peace Officers Association. There are different groups. There are corrupt politicians, big pharmaceutical people, you know, pharmaceutical staff, marketing, research and development, okay, public relations department, human resources department. There are tons and tons of people who are literally paid not to agree with me. And they're paid in a way that makes them inclined to not agree with me. You know, for the same reason a drug dealer doesn't want to hear about increased law enforcement, you know, they don't want to hear about anything that would crack down on them or shut down shop. They wouldn't vote for that. Same reason why all these people who are benefiting from the legal pharmaceutical trade industry, you know, who don't want to hear about why it's a bad thing. And there's a whole lot of them. And you betcha they're going to throw money at trying to silence the problem. You betcha they're going to use their affiliates, their networks, their secret societies, the gang members, their network, you know, their friends, their family, their gangs, etc., to try to silence people who are speaking out against them in every way possible. Everything from sex bribery to coercion and blackmail to murder to threats to IRS to attacking your job, to trying to play you out, to trying to get you in the psych ward, to, you know, hacking your computer. This is all what you would expect. You know, government harassment, psychiatric harassment, secret society harassment, community harassment, organized harassment, cause harassment. All this is what you would expect. Anyone who doesn't know that should stay the fuck out of politics. Just like anyone who doesn't know that there's a Masonic conspiracy should stay the fuck out of politics. Anyone who doesn't know that there's a mental health conspiracy should stay the fuck out of politics. Anyone who doesn't know that there's a white racist conspiracy, there's a Zionist, just stay the fuck out of politics. The fuck out of politics. What you're doing is so evil. Just stay the fuck out of politics. Don't even fucking vote. You're an idiot. You're a dumbass. You know, that's like not being able to read and you're voting. Being blind, deaf, and fucking stupid and voting. It's like, why? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know how things work. You don't understand the repercussions of your decision. Stay the fuck out of politics. Or watch my videos and learn something, you fucking morons. Anyway, so now I'm going to play the other half, the rest of the clip that proves my point. This is part 2. I want to wrap it up quickly. I'm very disappointed in you black secret society people, you Uncle Toms, you fucking big pharmaceutical bitches, and every sniveling dog who's taking advantage of these issues in the news to try to take people's guns and to try to go to mental health, which is trying to take people's guns. Oh, you know, he's crazy. We don't want him to have a gun. You know, forget the fact that the government is completely batshit fucking crazy. You know, their lunacy knows no bounds. They're megalomaniac fucking nuts. They're maniacs. Okay? And we're going to let them have nuclear bombs and fucking the most powerful military in the world and all this stuff. But we're going to take away guns from people that fucking almost certainly aren't going to hurt anybody. I mean, just complete madness. And if you follow that train of thought to its finish, you stupid fucks, you're going to be forced to the conclusion that most people who kill people, who attack people, don't have mental disorders. So if we're going to take the guns from them, that's a step toward taking the guns from everybody and being the government's bitch. And in that case, you may as well wrap your fucking wife up, you know. You may as well put your wife in a birthday cake, send her to the police station. You may as well send your fucking child, you know, wrapped in, you know, in a ribbon to the bunch of pedophiles at CPS and say, thanks for fucking making me your bitch because I'm a dumb fucking piece of shit who sold my soul, has no integrity, and is stupid enough to let you fucking rape and kill everybody, soft kill, hard kill, drug kill, because I'm a fucking dumbass. You may as well say that, you fucking bitch. And that makes me, man, that makes me want to run my fist across your fucking jaw like you wouldn't believe, you sniveling fucking dogs. I'm the top martial artist in America, and I'm telling you, I'm fucking right. I'm the top martial artist because I'm the most honorable, the most insightful, and God chose me just like he chose me to tell you this fucking message. And fuck anyone who disagrees.
I'm here to tell you that you are not welcome in the lodge. You never will be, and you never have been welcome in the lodge. This especially goes for blacks, in spite of the Prince Hall Masonry, which is the biggest joke and the biggest scam and the biggest insult to any single race I've ever seen, and especially for women. They do not want you, and they consider you totally ineligible and unable to understand what they do.
You told me something the other night that I found just incredible. You said that you could go to any Prince Hall Lodge in any black community and the doors would be open to you and you'd be welcome. But if one of those members or brothers of the lodge of the Prince Hall Lodge came to your lodge and tried to come in and participate in the ceremonies or whatever you call them, what would happen?
It wouldn't happen. It just simply wouldn't happen. I, as a Caucasian Freemasonry, can visit any Prince Hall Lodge in the country and, as far as I know, in the world. I can also visit any lodge, period, across the world. I've been told through my initiation that I am welcome in any lodge, but this just does not apply to blacks, no matter that. Even if the ritual that they go through, and I do not know this for certain, but I know it's similar, but even if the ritual were exact, even if the same form of quote-unquote illumination that they underwent was exact, they could not ever, and I sit in a lodge with Caucasian Freemasons. I've never seen a black Freemason sit in a lodge among Caucasians, and I don't think I will. Equal opportunity and affirmative action laws are just completely ignored and considered frivolous and a joke by all Freemasons.
So the New World Order that they're bringing into being is going to be racist?
Entirely. It has an Aryan background, and that is where it comes from.
And that's been borne out by our research. Why then would the black community form their own lodges and support the bringing about of a New World Order that is going to relegate them back into slavery? And I might add, along with the rest of us who don't belong to this religion, and it is a religion, why would they participate in something like that?
Well, as you've told me yourself, and most people will understand this, the world loves a mystery, and you can control the masses by dangling a secret like a carrot in front of their nose and promising them the answer to that secret if they just merely do what you say and work for you. This, together with man's own fallible, entirely fallible human nature, and the selfishness of man and the ego of man, they want to be something. They want to be better than the people around them that they see. And since they have been told straight out that they can never advance to the ranks of Caucasian Freemasons, they have settled for just being better than their own people and excluding other blacks from joining their own lodge.
So one of the holes that Freemasonry has over people is that ordinary people, whether they be black, white, Oriental, Hispanic, doesn't matter, they want to be part of the elect. Is that true?
Always have to be the one to pay for it. Always. It's just, these people do not believe in a fair fight. They do not join a race that they have not fixed. It is, they don't take those kind of risks.
Okay, I've got you.
Speaking of a fair fight, you know, there you have it. William Cooper interviewing 32nd degree Freemason. And so, you know, they don't enter a competition they haven't fixed. They don't believe in a fair fight. I've shown you many ways that I'm not just making this up. I have no reason to make this up. They are covertly drugging me and sabotaging me, and they don't want to admit that I'm the top martial artist. And I've offered $3,000 in a time where 80% or so of Americans are in debt and people need the money. No one can beat me in a fair fight. But these people who have propped sissies and weirdos as the quote-unquote top martial artists of America know damn well that I am the top martial artist in reality in America.